thank you for joining me here at GAMEOUT Gaming. Now, today's topic, we're speaking about off the grid. One question that I seem to have with a lot of new people that I come across is what Cyberlimbs is best for them to use. Now, I know it can be confusing. There are 13 of them, so I'm here to answer those questions for you to give you in order the best Cyberlimbs for you to use for beginners. So stay tuned.
Now, the first arm that we will speak about would be the Ripper Blade. The Ripper Blade is a powerful melee attack that would be the easiest for beginners to use. It's a forward slash attack that once you activate the arm, it will propel you forward doing a powerful slash. Just aim your reticule wherever you would like the attack to land and activate your arm. The next Cyberlimb that will be the easiest for beginners to use will be the Recon Drone. The Recon Drone is simply to spot your enemies. Once you activate your arm, you'll have a drone that'll fly into the air. Every enemy that's in the area will be highlighted. You'll have a red indicator where that enemy will be at. Whether they're behind a wall or any surface, you will see them for a limited time. The next easiest arm for beginners would be the Javelina. The Javelina is simply a rocket-propelled arm that once you activate this arm, you can hold the trigger button to lock onto your target. Once locked onto your target, once you release the trigger button, you will shoot the missiles that will follow your target. After a certain amount of time, if the missiles haven't reached its target, they will detonate, but the Javelina arm will be one of the easiest arms to control in the game. The next arm we're going to speak about would be the Slam Fist. The Slam Fist is a powerful punch attack that concusses and knocks your enemy back. The longer you hold the trigger button, the more powerful the punch will be. In my opinion, the Slam Fist does need to be buffed a little because it needs to have more oomph to the punch, I would say. It doesn't do as much damage as you would think it would do, but it does concuss, like it says, and knock back your enemy a great distance. So it is one of the easier Cyberlimbs to use. The next would be the hook shot. The hook shot is simply a grappling hook. Simply point the reticule at the surface or enemy, and you will, if it's at a surface, you will pull yourself towards that surface, again like a grappling hook. If you point it at an enemy and activate the arm, you can pull your enemy towards yourself. Now here's also a quick tip. You can pull teammates towards yourself. One useful thing that I have found in combat with it is pulling down enemies that I can't reach, pulling them towards myself. So if you do have a grappling hook and you do have a down teammate, not down enemy, but if you do have a down teammate, you can pull them towards yourself to get closer so you can get the revive. But that would be for the hook shot arm. The next easiest arm will be the Ghost arm. The Ghost arm is simply a cloak. When you activate it, you get a cloak ability that you'll have an area that you'll see. There's a blue, a bubble. Once you stay into that bubble, you're cloaked. Once you leave that zone, you will be uncloaked, but there is a time frame for your cloak ability to stay active. Your Ghost arm, though, it does hide you from your recon, the recon drone. So if there is anyone that does have a recon drone around and you have a Ghost arm, you can activate the Ghost ability to hide yourself from being spotted from the recon drone. Now the next arm would be the Buzz Killer. The Buzz Killer, once activated, is simply a turret. Once you activate the arm, a turret will launch into the air that will shoot any enemy that's around. Now with the Buzz Killer, you can, if you set your reticule, point your reticule where you want the Buzz Killer to fly off, and you activate the arm again, the buzz killer can fly in the direction that you point. So this here you can guide wherever you want on the map. There is a limited time that it does stay into effect, and the buzz killer can be shot down by enemies as well, so be aware of that. Now the next easiest arm would be the trip mine arm. With the trip mine, it's simply pretty much like landmines. You shoot the trip mine. Once an enemy lands or runs over the laser beam that the trip mine emits, the trip mine will bounce towards that enemy and will detonate, downing that enemy. The trip mine is a powerful arm to use, so if you do get familiar with it, you get used to it, that can be a powerful thing to have in your artillery. So the trip mine would be the next arm that I would say would be the easiest for beginners to use. Now after the trip mine comes the skunk paw. The skunk paw is simply a cloud of smoke, a poison cloud that will choke any enemy in the area. Now along with enemies, it also will affect teammates as well as yourself. So if you are in the cloud, you will take damage as well. But the skunk paw, unlike any other arm, instead of taking off armor first, the skunk paw goes after straight health. So it's going to go for direct life, and once that life is gone, you are downed. And again, that would be the skunk paw. Now the next easiest arm would be the slugger arm. Now the slugger arm is a arm. Once you activate this arm, you will emit a toxic liquid material. I'm not sure of the material that it's called, but it's some type of liquid substance that you emit on the ground. If enemies run that over, they will get caught in that substance, and it acts as a sticky trap for them. So they will be unable to move very quickly for a limited time. That allows you to go ahead and attack that enemy without them being mobile. Now, by being trapped in the slugger's goo, they can still use their leg abilities to get out quickly. So if they have any jumpers, hammerheads, or even the road runners, they can run out or jump out of the goo to free themselves quicker. So keep that in mind. Now the next easiest arm would be the kinetic shield. The kinetic shield is simply a shield. Once you activate the arm, the shield will come up, and blocking any projectiles will charge the shield up, allowing you to shoot an electromagnetic pulse back at your enemy, damaging your enemy. It is a good shield to have and use. It's higher up on the list because it has more of a difficulty to handle as well. But that's the kinetic shield. The next arm would be the paralyzer arm. Now with the paralyzer arm, on first activation, it acts as a highlighter for enemies. You will highlight any enemies that's in the area for a certain period of time. Now, the second activation allows you to shoot a pulse in the direction that you choose. If ran over by enemies, will act as an EMP, disabling all cyberlimb functions. So their cyber legs as well as their cyberlimb arms will be disabled for a period of time, and that is the paralyzer arm. Now the last arm, and my most favorite arm of all of them, would be the Phosphor Fury arm. Now the Phosphor Fury arm shoots an explosive dart in the area that you choose. Once that dart comes into contact with either a surface or an enemy, it explodes, doing massive damage. Now with the Phosphor Fury arm, the longer that you hold the trigger down, the further it will go, as well as the more damage it will do. So I call this the sniper taker outer. But no, this is great for taking out snipers, but again, it is one of the more advanced arms to learn how to use. because your aiming and your timing have to be precise. But it is one of the more damaging arms there is in the game as well. So, now tell me, what are your thoughts? Have anyone tried Off the Grid yet? And if so, what is your favorite Cyberlimb? My favorite combination would be Ripper Blade, Phosphor Fury. My favorite leg limbs would be the Leapers. I like the Road Runners, but the Leapers, it's a close first for me, you know, out of the Road Runners and the Leapers. But the two arms are the Phosphor Fury as well as the Ripper Blade. I love them. They do a lot of damage and destruction. But again, leave yours in the comments. Let me know what you like and what you don't like about the limbs. If there's other limb videos, I would say, that you would like to see, leave that in the comments as well. This is Marquez with GameOut Gaming. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, peace out. I think he glitching. I was shooting him all in his back. It wasn't taking off no damage.
If you ever get a glitch where
PlayStation